Good evening, students. Today we are going to study next topic of data analytics, that is structural equation analysis, that is called as SEM. Okay, so SEM uh, is not one of the statistical technique that we have studied earlier. So it is basically the integration of number of different multivariate techniques that are used into model fitting. Okay, that are used as one model fitting framework. It is basically the integration of various techniques like measurement theory, factor analysis, or PCA, that is principal component analysis, path analysis, regression analysis, and simultaneous equation. So SEM is, we can understand it as a general model framework that integrates number of different multivariate techniques into this overall framework. Okay, so it is the SEM is basically a somewhat more dynamic environment. So so it is not a fixed type of static type of modeling diagram or modeling framework. So at this point of time, it is actually often integrating number of new ways of fitting model. So it is a technique which is developing over a period of time. Okay, that's why we are saying it a dynamic model. Okay, so next we will see that what sort of research questions the SEM will deal actually. So number one is, it particularly suitable in various situations, like where the key concept of researchers are interested in very complex and multifaceted constructs that are measured with error, basically. Okay, that have some kind of error. So the SEM has the ability to make the correction for the measurement. Okay, whatever measurement or a measured value we are using, so SEM has the capability to correct or reduce these errors. So where in that case we use SEM. The other kind of research question that SEM deal with is, it deals with the system of relationship rather than the dependent and set of independent or predictor variables. Okay, so here we generally deal with system of relationship rather than one dependent or independent variable, like we deal with regression models or other multivariate analysis techniques. Okay, so in structural equation model, we may have the numerous different outcomes or dependent variable, and each of which is affected by other dependent variable. So it is a more complex system. So researcher is basically interested in modeling the causal system of structural equation models. Okay. Next, the another kind of research that we deal in SEM is, we focus on indirect or mediated as well as direct effect of variables on the other variables. Okay, suppose till now we have seen that there is y is some dependent variable uh, which depends on x. So here we do not deal that this x may be dependent on some other variables. So SEM, suppose the x depends on some other variable z, so y has some indirect effect of z also. So SEM also deals with the these mediated variables. Okay, so these are some of the questions that the SEM deals with. Next, there are two main components of SEM that are presented in this slide. So one component is CFA, that is confirmatory factor analysis. Another is path analysis. So confirmatory factor analysis operates with observed and latent variable. Okay, while the path analysis operates only with observed analysis or observed variables, sorry. Okay, so this is the difference. We will study both these components in detail. Okay, next is factor analysis. So the basic concept of factor analysis is the fundamental idea underlying the factor analysis is that some but not all the variables can be directly observed. Okay, like those unobserved variables are called as either latent variable or factor. In our analysis, all the variables are not directly measured or observed. So these unobserved variables are referred as latent variables or factors. Okay, so the information about these latent variables can be observed or can be gained by observing their influence on other observed variables. So इनको हम ना डायरेक्टली मेज़र कर सकते हैं, तो इनको मेज़र कैसे करेंगे? बाय ऑब्जर्विंग देयर इन्फ्लुएंस ऑन अदर ऑब्जर्व बिहेवियर में उनका क्या इन्फ्लुएंस है, उनके बेसिस पे हम इनके बारे में इंफॉर्मेशन कैसे करेंगे. करेक्ट. द फैक्टर एनालिसिस एग्जामिन्स कोवेरिएंस or covariations among the set of observed variables that are trying to generate small number of latent variables. Okay, so factor analysis basically examines covariation among set of observed variables, okay, that are basically generating smaller number of unobserved or latent variables. So now we will see what are latent variables. So we have seen in many cases there are some of the variables that are not directly observed or directly measured. For example, the intelligence, social capital, honesty or happiness, trust. So these are some of the variables that we cannot directly measure. Okay, so it is just impossible to measure or to find some kind of meter to measure the level of trust or honesty or intelligence of people. Okay, so this makes them the hypothetical or latent construct. So these are called hypothetical or what, latent constructs. So we can measure the latent variable using the observable indicators. Okay, so we will measure these latent variables based on some observable indicators. Okay, suppose we are preparing one survey. The survey has the question that we are asking to the people that how happy they are with their lives on and they are asked to rate on 0 to 10 scale. Okay, 0 to 10 scale. So some of people will give higher rating and some of the people will give very low rating. Okay, so there will be some variance in the variables across the sample. Okay, now we don't think that all of that variability is only to do with people's level of happiness. Okay, actually some of the variation variability will be caused by variability in the true level of happiness across the people, but there will be other factor that also cause this variability. For example, it will be related to the design of survey paper or survey question also, like the temperature of the room or whether the question is completed on computer or it is asked by the interviewer. Okay, so these are the factors that will also indirectly affect the variability of sample results. Okay, so these are all the factors that will affect the level of happiness results. Okay, so the variation of this questionnaire is caused by the latent constructs that we want to measure, that depends on true value of happiness. Okay, or the other factor that are affecting that causes the error or unique variance. Okay, so suppose we can summarize all these in this formula: the true score equation, the true score equation. Okay, so where x is equal to t plus e, x is the measured or observed variable, which is sum of true score plus error. Okay, x indicates the variation or variability in observed variable, and it comprises both the true score and error. Okay, and the true score is simply where the individual is on true happiness dimension. True score will show where the individual is actually on true score of any variable. For example, we have taken happiness. Okay, the error comprises two components. The first is the systematic error. Okay, and another is a random error. Okay, so systematic error is uh, is a bias where the question is phrased in some like the question is phrased in some in such a way that the uh, the people will give the higher happiness rating than their actual level of happiness. Okay, so this is a systematic error, and maybe it's because the question asked by the interviewer uh, or the other one, they don't want to seem unhappy. Okay, so they say undesirably that they are happy. Okay, so they give good rating or good rating. So this is systematic error. Another is random error. Random error would be the one where we just likely to overrate as to underrate the actual variable. Okay, so this is the random error. So the error of any system comprises of two types of error. One is a systematic error and another is random error. Okay, so next, the factor analysis. So we use two types of factor analysis basically. One is exploratory factor analysis. So in this uh, we can see we have suppose six variables: x1, x2, x3, x4, x5 and x6. So here x1 to x3 are one type of variables. They are forming one type of group. They are coming from one type of group, and x4 to x6 are another type of groups, and zeta1 zeta2 are two latent variables. Okay, so we can see that x1 x2 x3 are majorly affected, or the major component of latent variable 1, while they are lesser affected from the latent variable 2. Similarly, we can see that the x4 x5 x6 are majorly affected by latent variable 1 and less affected by latent variable 2. Okay, so the explanatory analysis is basically done for the new type of products, or the research we are doing for a new concept. So here we will try to find the relationship with each factors. Okay, mm, so we don't have any prior knowledge before the experiment, so we will try to find relationship with each variable and which each latent variable also. Okay, so this is the exploratory factor analysis. So we will explore each and every variables with latent variable. Okay, so this is exploratory factor analysis. Next is confirmatory factor analysis. So the confirmatory factor analysis is the special case of SEM where the correlation between the factors are an explicit part of the analysis. Okay, and they are collected in the matrix of factor correlation. Okay, so here in confirmatory factor analysis we have some prior knowledge of the relationship among the variables, so we are just confirming them using this analysis. Okay, so there are some of the constraints which the researchers impose. Okay, like number one is common factor pairs, they are correlated, and the observed variables are affected by the common factors. Okay, and the observed variables are affected by unique factor, so this is also a constraint, and the pair of unique factors are correlated. Okay, so these are some of the constraints that the researcher impose in its analysis. Clear? So this is the model of confirmatory factor analysis. We already know that these three factors are highly correlated with first latent variable, so we will explore their relationship with this variable only. Similarly, the another three variables are highly correlated with next or the second latent variable, so we will explore them or find relation with these variables only. Okay, so this is the difference between confirmatory and exploratory factor analysis. Clear? So here the confirmatory factor analysis is used for existing product. Okay, so here we have the prior knowledge of data and we are just confirming them. Okay, next component of the SEM is path analysis. So here we examine the an independent variable, sorry, here we are examining an independent variables that are statistically related to the dependent variables. Okay, so once the data is available, we will conduct the path analysis in following steps. So number one step is draw a path diagram according to theory. According to theory, we will put the path diagram like where the analysis is going. According to that, we will prepare a path diagram or flow diagram. Okay, then we will conduct the one or more regression analysis depending on our problem. Okay, next we will compare the regression estimate to the theoretical assumptions we have assumed. Okay, finally if needed we will modify the model by removing or adding the connected paths between the variables, and we will redo the stage 2 and 3. So these are some of the notations that we use in path diagram notation. This is the sphere that is used for measured latent variable. The rectangle is used for observed variable. The circle is used for error variation. This type of uh, the diagram, dual arrow diagram, is used for covariance or non-directional path. Okay, and this arrow is used for a regression or direction path, so it will show the direction, and it will show the covariance among the variables. Okay, so this is the path diagram of single cause. Here x and d are showing their relation with y. Okay, next the two correlated, here we can see the y is depending on d, x1 and x2, while the x1 and x2 are correlated. Okay, so y is depending on this d and x1 and x2, while this x1 and x2 are also correlated. This it will also represent some indirect effect, like the b1, like the b1 has the direct effect of x1 on y, we can see b2 has the direct effect of x1 on x2, b3 has the direct effect of x2 on y, and if we see b2 into b3, okay, b2 and b3, so it is showing the indirect effect of x1 on y. Okay, similarly if b2 b3 plus b1, b2 b3 plus b1, so we can say the total effect of the x1 on y. Okay, it can show. So it is also, it part diagram also represent the indirect effect also. Suppose this is the example. Here the task is dependent on age, education and willpower. Okay, so it will directly affecting the ability to do the task. Okay, and the age, here we can also see that age and the education levels are also correlated. Okay, while the willpower of doing any task is also depending on the education level of a person. Okay, so this type of relation can be shown by the path analysis. So here we can form two regression analysis, like the age, education and will is affecting the task, and the education level of a person is also affecting its willpower. Okay, so this was all about the SEM using the factor and path analysis techniques. Okay, thank you.